Public Works and Safety is called to order. Let the record reflect we have a quorum to conduct tonight's meeting. First item on the agenda is the minutes of the regular meeting of September 27th, 2018. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I second that motion. Any comments or questions?
No.
All those in favor, please indicate by raising your hand. Unanimous. There being no unfinished business, we'll move on to new business. I've been asked by the attorney to bundle items A through D, the acceptance of the release of the improvement bond for erosion control at Greens at Winding Ridge, Fairways East at Winding Ridge, and Greens of Winding Ridge. Yeah. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve items A through D. I'm sorry, items A through E.
A motion to approve.
Okay. I second that motion. Are there any comments from?
No real comments, just the board's approved things of this nature several times in the past. Just so you know, we do inspect each of these before we recommend release of the individual bonds.
Understood.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
So the inspections, how is that? Who signs off on the inspections? Is it both the bondholder and you go out there and walk through and?
Right, so general process is the site developer will contact us and say, hey, we're ready to release our improvement bond for whatever. So we will go out there, we'll send a actual inspector out. He'll walk the development, make sure everything is as the plans call for. And if it's satisfactory, that's when he'll report back to the office and to the developer, say, yes, everything's good to go. We'll recommend release of the bond. If things are not as up to par, if you will, then we will provide the contractor with a punch list. They'll fix whatever needs fixed, and we'll go back out and re-inspect at that time. So.
And then I just had, because this is erosion control, so
yeah.
How do we know?
Yeah.
I mean, we know that it's working and.
Yeah, part of it is the stormwater plan. Everything has to be installed to that stormwater plan.
Okay.
And that stormwater plan is given to them by IDEM.
Yep.
Actually,
Okay.
and we actually talked about this a few months ago about the city of Lawrence kind of upgrading our routine and practices to mimic what IDEM does.
Partnering with them on.
You know, everybody partners with IDEM.
We're working more closely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Do you have any further questions, Mark?
No.
Anything from legal on these items?
No.
Okay. No further comments or questions. All those in favor of approval of items A through E, please indicate by raising your hand. Unanimous. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item F, approval of a contract with Casey Bertram Construction Incorporated. Councilor Johnson, do you want to expand on that, or Mr. Anthony?
Yeah, this was for a unsafe structure, an emergency tear down. Basically what happened was during a big storm, the back of the building literally just fell off of the structure. So this was something that we did as an emergency under Indiana code, and are seeking approval of that after the fact.
Sure. Well, given that it was falling and it was an emergency, sure.
So, and we approved prior the.
The structure, yeah, so that was Structure Point going out and looking at it.
Yeah.
Say,
That it
because we
should
thought
be-
it was, but that was to verify, yes, from an engineer's perspective, this is an emergency.
So,
That was the same
yeah, that's what I thought.
project.
This time I'll entertain a motion to approve item F.
Motion to approve.
I second that motion. Mr. Anthony, do you have anything to add?
No, I think Mr. Johnson was able to explain it pretty clearly. If you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer those.
It is now gone, I take it then?
The structure is down. It's been straw and seeded. It looks a lot better, and we've remedied the unsafe condition.
That was my next question. The erosion, what did we do there on the erosion that caused the original problem? Was that something on us or the homeowner?
What, the erosion?
Well,
What do you mean?
whatever caused it to collapse. I mean, wasn't.
Oh, I mean, the best that we could tell, it had sat vacant since approximately 2008, 2009. I think there was probably a hole in the roof which caused water seepage and things like that that just eventually affected the structural elements of the building.
So it was coming from the top instead of from the bottom. So,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
All right, I have no further questions. We have a first and second on item F. All those in favor of approval, please raise your hand. Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item G, approval of drainage easement agreement with Grand of easement between, is that Grand or Grant?
Be grant.
Okay, grant of easement between McDonald's Real Estate Company and the city of Lawrence, Indiana. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I second that motion. Mr. Anthony,
Yeah, so just some historical information. Back in April, I believe, you all had approved this easement as originally drafted. There were some changes on site, and we actually have the counsel for the grantors, if you will. If you would like him to explain what those changes were in the document, he would be more than happy to do so.
Mark, I think you had a couple of questions. Would you want to address those with him, or did you feel confident with the answers you received?
Yeah, you guys took care of the questions that I had on that.
Okay.
So,
Anything from legal on this?
No, like Bill said, this is just a revised version of what the board already passed in April.
Okay. All right, no further comments or questions. All those in favor of approval of item G, please raise your hand. Unanimous. Thank you, Mr.
you.
Anthony. Last item under new business is item H, approval of a memoranda of understanding between Geist Half Marathon Incorporated and Fort Benjamin Harrison YMCA in the city of Lawrence, Indiana. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
motion to approve.
I second that motion. Mr. Johnson, you want to?
Yeah, so this
Expand on
is
this a little
for
bit.
what's the Freedom 5K. It's a non-binding memorandum of understanding to kind of get us moving on this project. My understanding is it'll be a new 5K in the city, and this outlines what the different parties are going to be doing and who's responsible for what. The city's main responsibility is on the public safety side, obviously, to, close off roads and that sort of thing,
Police protection and all the national.
traffic control, that sort
Sure. Comments or questions?
Yep.
Okay, I have no comments. All those in favor of approval of item H, please indicate by raising your hand. Unanimous, thank you. Are there any comments from the administration, Bill?
Not at this time, no.
Okay. Anything special going on for Halloween around the city? You got any candy in your office? Sorry.
There's always candy in Kathy's office.
That's right, she has the candy, okay. No citizens' comments. With no further business coming before this board, I make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, second.
Second, all those in favor? We are adjourned.